The top 4 teams in each group will go through to the quarter-finals. Results from the first round against opponents who also progressed are carried through. So Iran sit top at 2-0, Hong Kong bottom at 0-2, having picked up their 1 win over eliminated Kuwait. It's the opening day of the second round of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship here in Changsha. Iran, the champions in the Philippines 2 years ago, looking to continue their relentless title defense against a Hong Kong team in need of a big turnaround to have any chance of making the quarterfinals. Analyst Joaquin Henson alongside me, Tim Long. What can we expect from this one here today?
Well, Iran haven't been tested at all in the FIBA Asia Championship so far. Blew out Japan by 38 points, blew out India by 20, and blew out Malaysia by 80 points. As we see the Hong Kong team now being introduced one after the other. Had a chance to speak with the Hong Kong coach, On Hing King, just before the introductions, and he was saying that in this particular game, they'll try to make it an outside shooting game. They can't match up with the bigs of Iran, so they'll try to hit it from the long court. Big problem is they're shooting only 26.8% from three-point distance in this tournament. That's a big challenge.
It's okay having a game plan. It's one thing trying to implement it against the Iran team that we're about to see introduced onto the court here in Changsha.
Well, Hong Kong actually had a rather competitive game against Palestine, which was unbeaten in Group B, and they lost by 9 points, although they went down by 23. And now we have the Iranian team being introduced. And they've been displaying a very disciplined type of game from day one. And the influence of their head coach, Dirk Barman, very evident. And we were also speaking with Coach Barman earlier, along with the assistant coach, Mehran Shahintinbab. And assistant coach Mehran said the big influence that Coach Barman has had on this team is that he has made the players trust each other. They're playing the European style of equal opportunity, everybody getting a chance to play. 9 players on this team, averaging in between 15 to 24 minutes. No player is averaging even at least 30 minutes a game.
The 2 sets of players introduced to the fans here in Changsha. First we'll pause for the national anthems, starting with Hong Kong.
So, please remain standing for national anthem, Iran. Thank you.
Following on from their victory in the final over host Philippines 2 years ago, Iran have started the defense of their title impressively. An emphatic 86-48 victory over Japan and an 88-66 win over a talented India team both carry through to the second round. Hong Kong started with a big win to Kuwait, but that no longer applies in this round. The results that still do count, a 51 point to the Philippines and a 6 point defeat to Palestine. There's every chance their winless record in the second round is set to continue today, but they finished 10th 2 years ago, and breaking the top 10 will perhaps be the target again here for them. Alongside me, our expert analyst Joaquin Henson will guide you through the team rosters and the starting fives here on game day 1 of the second round.
Well, mindset for Iran is not to take Hong Kong lightly. You remember what happened in 2011 with Iran. They were blowing out opponents in the first and second rounds, and then came the knockout quarterfinals, went up against Jordan, and they were caught flat-footed. They lost 88-84, failing to make it to the semifinals. That experience, very, very impressed in the minds of Iran. They don't want to make that happen again. That harrowing experience, certainly they've learned from that lesson.
In terms of Iran, it's not just about getting through to the quarterfinals here. This is about winning this second round group. They want to continue undefeated after their title win 2 years ago.
And Tim, that mindset of not even looking beyond every opponent in this tournament, I think will bode well. As we see the referees on your screens calling the action for this game. We'll be seeing the rosters in just a bit, and here we are with the Hong Kong roster. 3 players actually averaging in double figures. Key Lee, he's the key player. Number 7, he's averaging 13.7 points a game. Number 8, Chan, also averaging in double figures, 13 minutes. Both those players are averaging actually a combined 57 minutes a game. And you see Chan, we were talking about him, he wears number 8. Duncan Reed, number 14, he's averaging 12 points and 7.7 rebounds in this game. And Key Lee, we said he is the key player of Hong Kong. He's the outside shooter, and if Hong Kong wants to turn this into an outside shooting match, Lee has to be on target. And you take a look at the Iran roster right now. As we said, very, very balanced offense. Not a single player averaging at least 30 points a game. 9 players averaging between 15 and 24 minutes. Kamrani has taken 10 field goal attempts a game. He's been very offense-minded, and he's going to be starting in this game, as well as Afag, who did not play in the previous game. He was rested, along with Ahadi, who also rested that game against Malaysia. Sahakian is their all-purpose power forward. He's also going to be playing in the first 5 for Iran in this one.
So many things have impressed us about the reigning champions so far here in Changsha, but one of the things that's really stood out is their relentlessness, their character, the fact that they just continue to go at top gear no matter who they're playing, no matter what the stage of the game, and no matter what the scoreline.
Well, Tim, talking about Iran's depth, in the starting five, you don't see the name of Hassan Zadeh, and he's the leading scorer, the leading rebounder of this team. He's averaging 19.7 points, 10.3 rebounds, but that shows you the depth and the trust of Coach Dirk Bauerman on his players, on his reserves. He doesn't mind players coming off the bench and contributing big numbers, and the starters also don't mind giving or sharing the spotlight with a lot of their reserve players.
It's almost been robotic at times from the reigning champions. The way they have just persisted to score in any given situation, persisted in playing and moving the ball around, never taking their foot off the gas, and expect to see plenty more of that here on game day 1 of the second round.
Well, the man who's going to be seeing a lot of action, I'm sure, in this game is Nika Barami. He's averaging 23.4 minutes a game. He's averaging 10 points. And he's been given a lot of playing time by Coach Dirk Bauerman. We know that he's coming off an injury, did not play with Iran at the Jones Cup. And so he's slowly being broken in. They want to get his confidence going and into the knockout quarterfinals and perhaps into the semifinals and final. Iran is hoping that Nika Barami will be playing his A game.
We're already in China for the first day of the second round at the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship. Myself, Tim Long, alongside analyst Joaquin Henson, ready to talk you through the action here in Changsha, around the third most successful nation in the history of the competition, the most successful in recent times, 3 gold medals in the last 4 tournaments, and taking on a Hong Kong team playing in the tournament for the 26th time and looking for back-to-back top 10 finishes, having failed to qualify for the previous 2 tournaments.
And what about the smile in the face of Duncan Reed? You saw that earlier in your screens. I don't know if it's a nervous smile or an excited smile, but he's certainly going to enjoy this experience. Hong Kong playing against a top-flight team in Iran, the defending champion. They won 3 of the last 4 FIBA Asian Championships. certainly a huge challenge here for Hong Kong. They want to be able to somehow make this competitive as long as they can. And as I was saying, their plan is to make this an outside shooting game. They plan to apply some pressure on Kamrani, make it difficult for the point guard to get the ball into the hands of their bigs. And talking about Kamrani, he's there on your screens, averaging 10 points, 10 field goal attempts a game. He's not the leading assist man for Iran in this tournament so far. It's Jamshidi, and that's rather unusual, but again, we've been seeing a change of style in Kamrani. He's been very offense-minded, looking for points for himself.
It is Kamrani who starts with the ball and looking to get the Iranian offense started. Moved on by Sahakian and over to the far corner. Nikhil Bahrami into the center, and the first points on the board for Oshin Sahakian. Hong Kong pressed on half court in towards Duncan Reid, who looked ever so excited and calm before the opening tip. Now here's Ki Lee putting it up short, and the first offense of the game ends in a miss for Hong Kong. And it goes by a Farg into the paint. Back out to the perimeter. Nikhil Bahrami is going to shoot for 3 off the mark. Kamrani was flying in looking for an offensive board, and now Hong Kong are flying forward. Long 2 taken on short by Chan.
Notice in that transition attack of Hong Kong, they didn't try to connect from inside, trying to take the ball outside and going for the outside shot.
Kamrani fires the pass in towards Haddadi, who puts it in.
That low post position for Haddadi, as you see, Coach Bowerman has been big for Iran.
Here's Key cutting him behind the defense off the baseline and getting fouled by Kamrani.
We did mention that that number 7 player, Lee Kee, has been very valuable for Hong Kong in terms of putting points across his name, averaging 13.7 points, 26.2 minutes. The drive to the basket, showing that he can also put the ball on the floor, not only taking the shot from the outside.
That one bounces off the rim, so Hong Kong still looking for their first score here, with Lee Kee at the line. 15 points yesterday, or a couple of days ago rather, 5 assists as well. And scoreless in game 2, 0 of 10 from the field. But a couple of big games aside from that. He does get them on the board. And towards Haddadi, back out to Nikhil Bahrami, and Sahakian has a couple of baskets.
And they've been able to get Sahakian open on that cut inside. Sahakian, a wide-bodied power forward.
They're going to shoot the 3 here with Wong. Still can't hit from the field.
And that has to be on target. Against the Philippines, Hong Kong shot only 18.1% from 3-point distance.
Iran turned the ball over quickly though, and then the foul. It's on Haddadi. So 2 minutes without a field goal for Hong Kong. They have the opportunity to get one here and a chance to close the gap slightly. It's been a positive start from Iran, as we expected it would be. Here's Lee Kee, going to shoot the 3 and gets caught.
High ball screen that time provided by Duncan Reid, trying to get Lee Kee open. And Iran giving up the foul. That's a 3-point attempt, so he's going to get 3 free throws.
1 of 2 on his last trip. Gets the first one to go here. And Hong Kong having to make their free throws here to keep them close to Iran, and Lee Kee doing that early on. All 3 of their points from the line, and 1 more to come.
Lee Kee had 26 points in that 9-point loss to Palestine. Certainly an explosive performer here for Hong Kong.
10 of 17 from the field in that one. They are within 2.
And here's a 2-3 zone defense being played by Hong Kong. And let's see how Iran responds to this defensive adjustment on the part of Hong Kong.
Nikhil Bahrami looking for Sahakian again, who's getting into the low post area time and time again.
that adjustment from Hong Kong, really in response to the two cuts of Oshin Sahakyan. They need to be able to close down that lane.
Kamrani with the mid-range jumper, a little bit too long. Nikal Barami grabs the offensive rebound. Haddadi calling for the ball. It goes across to the far side of the perimeter instead, and Afag is off the mark from three-point range.
And good box out by Hong Kong, not giving Haddadi a chance to get the offensive rebound.
Here goes Duncan Reid. Fades back, pulls up for the mid-range jumper, and that's the first one of those on the board for Hong Kong, and they're level at 6.
It's been very competitive so far. Hong Kong really not running the break, but they're playing the half-court set.
Long two is good for Nikal Barami, and Iran retake the lead.
Half success on that zone defense. They prevented Sahakyan from driving down the middle and scoring, but Sahakyan very, very aware who's open in the corners.
Reid's going to try and answer back with a long two of his own. That one well short, and here come Iran again. Afag driving into the lane and then getting the contact and putting it in.
You watch a slow-mo replay, and Afag going to his left side and scooping it in. And you notice in that attempt or that offensive set of Iran, they wanted to speed it up. That's something that Coach Dirk Barman confided to us before this game. One of the things they want to improve on is to play the speed game against the zone.
Hamad Afag completing the three-point play, so Iran started with a 6-1 lead. Hong Kong got them back to 6-6, and Iran have scored now the last 5 points. Lee Kee. Duncan Reid trying to make a nuisance of himself on the perimeter, moves inside, and they try and drive in there. Very congested. Nikal Barami with the steal and comes away. And then there's a foul.
That's an offensive foul, warding off. The defense was there for Hong Kong, and Nikal Barami extended his arm. You watch it right here. He got the steal.
Gets the right arm out. Across the chin of Chan. Here comes Chan at the other end, all the way. High off the glass, can't finish. Nikal Barami. Kamrani calling for the ball, it's over towards Afag instead. And he can't hit the outside jumper. Offensive board for Haddadi. Trying to reel it in, trying to squeeze it in. And Lee Kee comes away with it.
Haddadi and Afag have been missing shots. Little rusty, they didn't play last time out.
Duncan Reid trying to drive against Haddadi, high off the glass again. Again, they don't get the drop, but they do get the offensive board and a fresh 14.
Wong doing a good job underneath the boards, both offensively and defensively for Hong Kong.
Reid handing it off now, the drive towards the hoop from Chan has it knocked away. 5 left on the shot clock. Hong Kong so far just 1 of 7 from the field. Iran making a change to bring Davapana in.
5:20 to go in this quarter, and Iran already in the penalty, giving up too many fouls here in the first quarter.
Hong Kong trying to close the gap from the outside. It's another foul. It's on Davapana.
And a chance for Hong Kong to get more points from the free throw line. They haven't been getting their field goals knocked down, but they've been shooting free throws.
And was that a 2 or a 3?
Not sure. Let's see what the signal is from the referees.
He misses the first one anyway. 4 of their first 6 points have come from the foul line. They have missed a couple now. And the second one good. It is 3. So
yes,
for the second time in the opening 5 minutes.
Well, we did say that Hong Kong wanted to turn this into an outside shooting game, so they've been relying on that outside shot. Oh, but they're not getting the free throws to drop.
They can't rely on their free throw shooting right now. 5 of 8. And the deficit is 4. Iran getting to the foul line. Back out to Kamrani for the long 3. Can't hit, but the rebound grabbed by Davapana. And now Nikal Barami. Davapana into Haddadi. Back out to the perimeter. Not quite on the same wavelength. Had to stretch to reel it in. Back over to the far side. Kamrani looking to hang it up over the top of the defense right at the end of the shot clock. Pinpoint precision from Mahdi Kamrani.
I thought Hong Kong did an excellent job defensively up until the last second of the 24-second shot clock.
Reed, that's a difficult shot for him, but he gets it to drop. Brilliantly done from Duncan Reed. Had a hand in his face and still got it to go. 4 early points for Duncan Reed. Mikhail Bahrami from the outside over the top of the backboard, and Hong Kong have the opportunity to close the gap further.
Shots not falling here for Iran. They're missing from the outside. New players on the floor here. Coach Dirk Barman looking unhappy with the level of intensity that his starters have shown.
And that's something we've not seen at any point yet in this tournament from Iran, taking their foot off the gas.
Still no sign of Hassan Zadeh checking in. He's their leading scorer and rebounder. Ehadi getting his minutes on the floor.
Hong Kong trying to take advantage of it here. Off the mark, that one from Shu. Here comes Kamrani. Iran 0 of 4 from the outside so far. Kamrani gets inside. Knocked away then from Sahakian, and Hong Kong can come in transition here with Lee Ki. Gets away from Kamrani eventually. Lovely bounce pass from Duncan Reed, and Chong Kam Hing puts it in with the foul. A chance at a three-point play.
Right down the middle. Again attacking the interior defense. With a nice nifty pass coming from the side. Duncan Reed with the assist.
And Duncan Reed has been really effective so far. 4 points and 2 assists in the opening 6 minutes.
He's drawing attention from Ehadadi at the post, and that's why he's looking to pass.
We've got a timeout here with 3:49 remaining in the first. Iran leading Hong Kong 13-11. So Coach Dirk Baumann not too happy at the moment that Iran have allowed Hong Kong back in. And Coach Ong Hing King will be pretty happy with what he's seen in terms of the character and the spirit of this Hong Kong team at the start of this one. Iran led 11-6, but now only 13-11, and Hong Kong have the chance to halve that deficit from the foul line, looking to complete a three-point play with Chong Kam Hing.
And we were talking about Hassan Zadeh, and right now he's on the floor for Iran, leading scorer, leading rebounder for the Iranian team. And look at what Coach Dirk Barman has on the floor in combination. He's playing Ehadadi and Hassan Zadeh together. So twin towers here for Iran. They haven't been too successful in getting the ball in the interior against that top 2-3 zone defense.
Davapani, chance to drive in for Jamshidi. Davapani from the outside hits the first of 5 attempts from downtown. Actually, they've called it a 2. Only a 2 for Iran, so still 0 of 4 from the outside.
That outside shot has to be there for Iran, because I think that zone defense, the 2-3 of Hong Kong, working wonders in taking away the inside game.
That one is a 3. It's too long for Wong. They're trying to grab the offensive board, knocked out of bounds. And it's still going to be Hong Kong ball.
You have to admire the hustle, tenacity of Hong Kong at this stage. Getting another possession.
Into Shu. Shu looking to get away from Jamshidi. Reed calling for the ball. Shu's going to go the other way. Over to the far side. Drive down the baseline and a foul.
High ball screen for Hong Kong. Doing very well for them. They're playing very well off that high ball screen, and they're getting opportunities either to drive or to make the extra pass for the outside shot. What it does is that it takes away the defense of Ehadadi, and it's making it a little bit easier for Hong Kong to go to the foul line and drawing contact from Iran.
Lee Ki has come out of the game for Hong Kong. And Chan Siu Wing at the line. And hits them both. Now 8 of 11 from the foul line as a team in the opening 7 minutes. Hassan Zadeh moved on, then swung around the perimeter. The shot from the outside is good. Iran starting to find their shooting range. Jamshidi hitting their first 3 of the game. Reed puts it up from the foul line, can't hit that one. Rebound grabbed by Haddadi. Here he is on the offensive end, move back to Davapana. Chance to drive in for Masha Iki now. Can't hit the layup. Reed releasing Shu. Across to Chan on the far side. Picked off here by Hassanzadeh, who comes up with the steal. Masha Iki looking to quicken the pace. Davapana back to Masha Iki. Haddadi wide open on the far side, calling for it is Jamshidi, who hit a three a few seconds ago. And that one's way off, looked more like a pass to Hassanzadeh, who gets fouled.
Again, Iran looking for that outside shot. There was the attempt, but not there. Once more here for Iran. New player on the floor for Iran, Kardust, replacing Haddadi.
So we've got another timeout here in a really intriguing first quarter now. Iran leading 18-14, 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play. And Hong Kong will be very happy with how they've clung on in this one, how they have forced that outside shot from Iran. And Iran not making it at the moment, just 1 of 6 from downtown. And so far for coach On Hing King, the game plan is just about working.
Exactly, and they've been drawing contact from Iran. 8 out of the 14 points of Hong Kong coming from the free throw line. They've had 11 free throw attempts. How many free throw attempts has Iran had? Just 1. So a huge disparity from the free throw line. 11 attempts for Hong Kong and only 1 for Iran. And only 3 team fouls for Hong Kong. And Iran has been over the limit, the past several minutes.
And here Hong Kong are shooting just 3 of 12 for 25% from the field, but yet they're within 4 against Iran, and he's been a huge part of that. Duncan Reed, 4 points and 2 assists in the opening 8 minutes. And Kardust is going to come into the game here for Iran.
Not a single starter left on the Iranian combination on the floor. Mashayeki's there, Davapana, Hassanzadeh, Kardust, and Jamshidi. Let's see what this combination can do here for Coach Dirk Barman.
Going to take the 3 short offensive board. Hassanzadeh, a fresh 14 to work with. Davapana back out to Masha Iki. To the foul line, they're quickening the offense here as they put it up from the corner and put it in with Jamshidi.
He's been consistent as a gunner from the outside, beating that zone defense.
By Young, now Duncan Reed's going to look to attack here. Up against Kardust, there's the hook shot, and he gets the soft touch and the kind roll.
Recognition by Duncan Reed. He knows that Kardust is a wide-bodied player, and he uses his lateral mobility and his quickness to be able to get the shot off.
In towards Kardust, who lost it above his head, and Reed comes away with it. Leading scorer in the game now with 6 points. Shu. Now Young. Approaching the final minute of the first. Hong Kong slowing it down, then speeding the offense up. Nicely moved on by Reed again. They put it up from mid-range, can't hit. And this time Hassanzadeh with the rebound and the long pass as well. And it's moved on swiftly by Davapana and put in on the fast break by Jamshidi, who's now the leading scorer with 7.
Coach Dirk Barman, you see him on your screens. He wants that speed game. Once they get the defensive boards, he wants his players flying, and he wants that outlet pass.
Up from mid-range, off the mark by Chan. And a foul. They've done so well, Hong Kong, in the opening 9 minutes. Really important that in these final 38 seconds of this first quarter that they try and stick with Iran, who've now opened up a 6-point lead.
You saw that wonderful execution of the fast break by Iran on the slow-mo replay.
Hassanzadeh gets it back from Masha Iki, moves it on. Jamshidi trying to drive in, has turned the ball over.
Now that time an adjustment in the defense of Hong Kong. They've been burned by the outside shooting of Jamshidi, so they closed out in their perimeter defense, and they forced the turnover.
Jamshidi called for the travel. Here's Lee Kee back in the game, trying to shake off the attentions of Masha Iki. Pressed against the near side by the double team, found a way out to Reed and then gets it back. Lee Kee looking to drive into the paint, aggressive play, but then was looking to the outside and threw it away. 3-on-1 fast break here, and there's the trail from Jamshidi, who gets it to drop and has 9 points in the first quarter. So an 8-point Iran lead despite the positive play of Hong Kong in the first. And it's a hugely disappointing way to end it with the turnover and then the fast break for Jamshidi to put it in. And having got as close as just a few points, they trail at the end of the first by 8. Iran 24, Hong Kong 16.
Hong Kong never really got into penalty situation in that game. They gave up 4 fouls, never gave up any free throws. You take a look at the free throws here, 1 and 1 for Iran, but 8 out of 11 for Hong Kong. The rebounding department, Iran with an 8 rebound edge and 6 more assists than Hong Kong. But turnovers, that has been a big problem here for Iran. 5 miscues so far, forced by Hong Kong's defense.
Iran led by the game's leading scorer, Mohamed Jamshidi, 4 of 5 from the field for 9 points. This was a nice move from them from the start of the game with Sahakian putting in, but Coach Baumann not too happy with the intensity shown of the starters, and in the end it was those who came off the bench who started to do the damage.
I thought good adjustments on the part of Hong Kong coach On Hin King, getting that 2-3 zone defense, reacting immediately after Sahakian scored twice on strong cuts down the middle, and preventing any repeat of that situation was a 2-3 zone defense of Hong Kong. And Iran looking to speed up the game. That's something that Coach Dirk Barman wants Iran to do. Play a fast-paced game against the zone. And that was a fast break that was scored by Iran. Jamshidi with the connection.
Iran lead 24-16 as we get ready to start the second quarter here. Led by the 9 points of Jamshidi, 4 of 5 from the field. And the only player in the game so far to hit one from downtown.
Interesting, Tim, that in the first period, Hong Kong looking to make this an outside shooting game. They haven't hit a single shot from three-point distance.
They've only taken 2.
That's right. Well, actually, they've taken more, but they were fouled, and then they went to the foul line and got some free throws as a result.
Absolutely, fouled twice on the 3-point shot as Reed puts it in and short, grabbed by Kadoost. No score from the start of the second quarter for Hong Kong, and Iran can look to come and extend their lead now to double figures with Kadoost, who puts it in, 10-point advantage.
Nice steal job that time by Kadoost, getting his position inside. That's what Iran wants, the speed game and getting the big man in position to score unmolested.
Hong Kong driving in towards the basket, put up by Reed. He's off the mark for just the second time in the game. Jamshidi to the baseline, across to the far corner. The pass was out of the reach of Davapana.
Another turnover here. That's turnover number 6 against Iran in this game. Coach Dirk Barman talking to his player Jamshidi. As you see some changes now in the Hong Kong lineup.
We saw the strength in depth that we were talking about of Iran in that first quarter as well. The starters not quite doing it to Dirk Bauman's liking, so the bench players coming in and giving Iran that 8-point lead at the end of 1. Now up to 10, and Hong Kong turn the ball over themselves with a travel.
I thought that time in the offensive set of Hong Kong, Zeto a little bit too late in giving the high ball screen. You need to be able to establish that high ball screen immediately.
Masha Iki bringing the ball over half court. Jamshidi onto Davapana. He's going to shoot the 3, and Davapana gets nothing but net. And it's only their second from downtown.
Now it's target practice for Iran. And that will force the zone defense of Hong Kong to close out on the outside shooters.
Third foul on Davapana here. After only 11.5 minutes. Yeah, Haddadi's got a couple of fouls as well. And he goes to Zeto, up against Kadoost. Back out to Chan. To the foul line, puts it up with a hand in his face from Jamshidi, and it's well short. And there's the quarterback pass down court for Iran, just about saved on the baseline though. Masha Iki, he's going to calm it down and use still 15 seconds of the shot clock.
A good discipline on the part of Hong Kong. 5 players coming straight down on defense in transition.
Davapana going to try the three again. Back-to-back threes for Davapana. So Hong Kong asking the question, can Iran beat them from downtown? They're certainly starting to find their feet from that kind of range. Lee Ki. Entry pass in towards Duncan Reid, who couldn't reel it in. Another turnover. And it's starting to fall apart for Hong Kong now, down by 16. Davapana passed up the opportunity to shoot from the outside again, across to Jamshidi, who drives in and draws the foul.
Tempo picking up here for Iran. You see the high level of intensity being shown by the reserves. And shuffling players here is Coach Dirk Bowerman. Yak Charlie checking in here for Davapana, who did a great job hitting the outside shot.
2 in a row for Davapana to extend the Iranian lead to 16. And he goes to Hassan Zada. They'll shoot another three here. Too long though for Masha Iki, and a foul under the basket.
Floating matchup zone that time for Hong Kong, making it a little more difficult for Iran to get the ball inside.
32-16, the Iran lead with 7:25 remaining in the half. Duncan Reid having a seat on the bench, so too is Kudust. Yeah, Charlie, they're going to put up another three here. Off the mark again, but an offensive board as Sahakian misses. Yeah, Charlie gets it back from Jamshidi. Onto the left hand, across to the near side to Masha Iki. He's going to drive inside, 3 left to shoot. Finds Hassan Zada. And a foul with only 1 left on the shot clock.
Hong Kong clogging the lane, but Iran doing a good job of getting the ball in the hands of Hassan Zada. Coach Dirk Bowerman telling his charges, keep the ball moving. They need that ball movement against that 2-3 zone.
Really disappointing for Hong Kong to take them right down to the final second of the shot clock and then give up the foul. They're going to drive in here, aggressive move to the hoop, and they can't get it touched back in. Lee Ki down court in transition, and the rejection from Sahakian. Masha Iki, there's the pass. Can he finish at the other end as well? He can, coast to coast. Goes Sahakian, a big play at both ends of the court. Lee Ki passed up the opportunity to shoot the three, hesitated and turns it over.
Now Hong Kong feeling the pressure of Iran's defense. Has become sticky, has become more tenacious. See a worried look on the face of Hong Kong coach On Hin King. And that was that block coming from Sahakian. And he finished on the other end after that great defensive play.
Kamrani, now yet Charlie, they'll move it on through Sahakian. Jamshidi drives towards the baseline, creates the space, back out to the outside. Yak Charlie can't hit the three, and there's a foul underneath.
Hassan Zada with the foul, you watch it right here. Oh, pushing off against Lin. Lin finding himself down on the floor.
Hong Kong in the middle of a drought though.
Hassan Zada looking a little bit frustrated here. He has not scored. He's the leading scorer for Iran in this tournament so far. Close to 20 points a game.
He's only taken 1 shot so far in 7.5 minutes on court. Lee Ki moves it on. Wong looking to go up against Hassan Zada and gets fouled. That's the second on Hassan Zada.
Hong Kong doing a good job of attacking that defense. They're finding the space. And then on the other end of the floor, their zone defense has not given Hassan Zada any sort of touches where he could be an offensive threat.
Now can they find a way to score and to end the drought here? Lau, and then there's another foul, second in quick succession on Hassan Zada. He now has 3, as does Davapana for them. So a little bit of early foul trouble. Chan. Long, ambitious pass, touched away out of bounds, and Hong Kong get away with that one. Still their ball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And it comes to Lau. They look to attack here with Lee Ki up against Kamrani, knocked away. Iran coming up with the steal and now coming up with the fast break, knocked out of the hands though of Sahakian. And he got the last touch as well.
What we're seeing now is excellent defense on both ends. You've got the transition defense of Hong Kong and the half-court set defense of Iran, making things very difficult, actually, for either side to score.
Hong Kong haven't scored in a good 5 minutes or so. Chong trying to free himself. Over it goes from Lau to Lin. Calling for the ball is Wong. Doesn't go towards him though. Instead it comes to Lin. Shot clock down to 2 as he puts it up. And Hassan Zada grabs the rebound. Kamrani. Sahakian onto Davari. Sahakian again. Kamrani wants it on the perimeter and doesn't think twice about taking this shot. Misses though. Offensive ball for Sahakian.
Well, just like in the first quarter, Iran first to get into the penalty situation. And if you're Hong Kong, on the other side of the floor, you want to be aggressive. Haddadi coming in. Hassan Zadin hasn't gotten his game going. 3 personal fouls against the leading scorer and rebounder of Iran.
Sahakian off the inbound pass. They'll go back to the perimeter and then to the corner to Davari for the 3. And he knocks one down.
And what a big change from the first quarter. Now Iran getting touches from the outside and knocking the shots in.
Looking to attack now is Chong off the glass, a miss and a rebound for Haddadi, and Iran can look to run and gun again with Kamrani, who gets the foul and a chance at a 3-point play.
Watch it right here. Not choosing to pass and then going straight to the hole. Nice kiss off the glass for Kamrani.
And they hit 1 of their first 7 shots from the outside. They've hit 3 of their last 6. And they're finding baskets in transition as well, as we've just seen with Kamrani. And Hong Kong just can't find a way to score. They're down now by as many as 23. And that is a huge, huge concern for them as they call a timeout with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the half.
The last couple of possessions, Hong Kong did not have Duncan Reed on the floor, and they're struggling without him. You see Duncan Reed, that time, some images from the previous plays, and then the 3-on-1 fast break and the connection. Jamshidi with another fast break, 2 points. And the pass back. Davarpana has been hot from the outside.
Back-to-back threes for Davarpana, and they got one from Davari as well.
Interesting that Kamrani, last season in the Chinese league, playing for Jiangsu, averaged 16.4 points and 5.2 assists. But in this tournament, he's only averaging 2 assists a game. He's looking to score more. Jamshidi's actually been averaging more assists than him. He's leading the way in that department with 2.7 feeds a game for Jamshidi. There's Haddadi. Really hasn't gotten his inside game going in this one. Kamrani talking about him and his stats, averaging 10 points in this tournament.
And adding 1 more to his tally there, Kamrani has 5 in the game. Iran have hit 40 with 4 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Chan. Reed waiting for some movement. Leading scorer in the game for Hong Kong with 6. And they throw it away, another turnover. Iran can't make the most of the fast break though. Davari disappointed.
We're trying to put the ball behind his back and getting called for the traveling violation. Now Duncan Reed, we were saying the last few possessions, He was resting on the bench. They need him back. They need that high ball screen.
Hong Kong haven't scored in over 7.5 minutes in this game. Duncan Reid. Here he is now looking to attack against their Haddadi. It's another miss. And Kamrani will come away with it. Nikhil Barami. Their Haddadi. Kamrani. Nikhil Barami again. In the corner, shooting the three is Sahakian. Offensive ball from Kamrani, who came flying in out of nowhere.
Small man getting the offensive rebound. Here's another opportunity for Iran.
Davari chooses to drive the baseline instead and then throws it away.
Hong Kong has not scored in the entire quarter so far. At 16 points in the first period, and now with 3:14 to go here in the quarter, they have not yet scored.
They've not scored since 1.5 minutes remaining in the first. It's now 8.5 minutes without a score for them. They still have the ball here, and a chance to inbound with 16 seconds still to work with. Reid hands it off on the perimeter. They'll shoot from the outside here. It's another miss as Davari looks to reel it in. They have completely dried up. Kamrani pirouetting towards the hoop, was rejected by Reid, but there was a foul first.
What a blast here by Iran in this second period. 16-0 run. And you see the twirl move of Kamrani, getting blocked, but drawing the contact.
Remember, they had a burst at the end of the first as well with those back-to-back threes from Davapana. Not sure what the run is, but it has to be over 20 points now, I imagine.
Think so, yes. Going back to the first quarter. It's been a deafening silence here for Hong Kong.
Out the line looking to hit this one after missing the first, and does. And that run extended. Chong. Now Duncan Reid. Twisting and turning on the perimeter, finding a way into the paint, back out to the outside as he draws the attention of the defense. They'll get into the paint again, put it up from mid-range, and finally Chong Kam Hing ends the drought that has lasted around 9 minutes for Hong Kong. Kamrani across to Davari on the far side. He can't hit, and a chance for back-to-back baskets now. Long pass up court, and Reid gets in and misses the open layup. And they can't be passing up those opportunities. Haddadi. Iran looking to make them pay. They don't hit from the outside. Kamrani knocking it away.
And again, great hand action on the part of Kamrani. Quick hands, always looking to disrupt the play, always looking for deflections and steals.
Hong Kong have scored just 5 field goals in the whole of this first half, make it 6 as Duncan Reid hits a lovely hook shot.
He's challenging Haddadi's defense. Now he's not making ball screens any longer. He wants the ball at the post. He wants to attack the defense.
Hong Kong just 6 of 26 from the field, and Duncan Reid has 4 of those 6 field goals.
Oh, and look at this. Hong Kong causing a turnover. Great denial defense by Duncan Reid. That ball off Haddadi.
So Reid making an impact at both ends of the court and needs others around him to step up here. The Iran lead is 21, final minute and change of the first half as Duncan Reid has it knocked away this time, tries to recover it. Hong Kong still in possession and still with time to work with here as they move it out to Leung. And that one off the mark. Here's Kamrani. Kamrani moving it on, lovely pass that from Nikhil Barami, and they put it in on the fast break with Sahakian. "13 assists to 2 in favour of Iran. And Hong Kong will turn it over again.
Coach Ong Hin King shouting out instructions to his players. I think they need more ball screens. They're going one-on-one against that tough Iranian defense, and they're having difficulty connecting.
Haddadi back out to Nikhil Bahrami. He's going to shoot a three. Nobody really closed him down, and he makes them pay. Just a few seconds differential between shot and game clock at the end of the first half here. Hong Kong looking to finish the half with something positive. Duncan Reid has been their only real positive in this first half. They put it up from the corner and miss, and Davari comes away with the rebound. From half court, and it's just short for Iran. Well, they'll be very happy with their showing in the end after a slow start. They lead 46-20 at the half, and led by the 9 points of Jamshidi. They've got 8 from Sahakian, 8 as well from Davapana. At half-time, Iran 46, Hong Kong 20.
Scoring in the second quarter, lopsided, 22 points scored by Iran and only 4 for Hong Kong. I thought Iran's defense very stifling and holding Hong Kong to just 25% shooting from 2-point distance. Not a single shot from 3-point distance so far in 5 attempts. And what about the disparity in rebounding, 31-12, in assists, 13-2 in favor of Iran. But Iran lapsing into errors, 10 turnovers so far against Iran. Check out the game leaders so far. Jamshidi with 9 points, and Duncan Reid has been a valuable ingredient in Hong Kong's offense and defense with 9 points so far. And Duncan Reid again, he's the top scorer. That's 8 points, check that, not 9. And the rebound leaders, Sahakian has been great underneath the boards. Hassanzadeh with 5 rebounds, but has not scored in this game.
Talk about the Hong Kong leading scorers. Duncan Reid has 8 of their 20 points, 4 of 11 from the field. The second leading scorer is Lee Kee, but all 4 of his points have come from the foul line. And without Duncan Reid, the rest of this Hong Kong team, just 2 of 18 from the field in the first half.
It's been tough, but it also shows how important Duncan Reid is on the floor. So far, he's only had 1 personal foul, so he's got a lot of minutes left for him in the second half. But those 10 turnovers against Iran, a cause for concern, certainly, for Coach Dirk Bowerman. I thought that Iran looked a little listless in that first, particularly in the first quarter. Haddadi, only 2 points. The bigs have not been able to show what they can do inside.
At half-time, Iran 46, Hong Kong 20. Join us again for the second half in around 10 minutes' time.
用心付出，放心收获。用心自然好。湖南粮食集团。一生有你，吉祥人生，让人人都拥有健康养老保障。千亿彰显百强文化，文化集团遍及全球，拥有百强海外企业，经历2载深耕，承袭携手，让18场布局全国。而立论就要为光节2015国际行业亚锦赛考服力长线赞助商。爱光节最美光节全效营养品。而立论就要为光节2015国际行业亚锦赛考服力长线赞助商。爱光节最美光节全效营养品。湖南建工集团，湖南省首家房屋建筑工程总承包，个体资质企业集团，连续12年入选中国企业500强，连续15年荣获70项中国建设工程5等奖，致力打造成为集项目投资、运作、实施和经营能力于一体的总服务商，国内建筑业先锋企业。为国家经济和社会发展做出更大的贡献。
A very warm welcome back to Changsha, where Iran have a 26-point advantage over Hong Kong as we get ready to start the second half. 46-20 the score. Haddadi just 2 points so far in 12 minutes. Duncan Reid has been the key for Hong Kong in their 20 points thus far. He's got 8 of them, 4 of 11 from the field. The rest of the team, just 2 of 18. And Iran went on a big run when he was off the court for just 3.5 minutes of that first half. They need to get more from the likes of Chan, who's 0 of 4 from the field. Iran will start with the ball, leading 46-20 at the start of the third quarter. Across to the corner for Nikal Bahrami to put it up, and he puts it in straight away. So a 3 from Nikal Bahrami and 8 points for him now.
Just token defense that time by Hong Kong. A glaring deficiency in the stats that we spotted in the first half. 0 out of 5 from three-point distance for Hong Kong. And that's because of the tough man-to-man guarding by Iran. They don't have to double team, and that's why there are no open situations for Hong Kong.
A turnover as well for Hong Kong here. Iran will come down court straight away and get another 2 points on the board. Positive start to the second half for them.
You get the notion that Coach Dirk Bowerman still wants to put the foot on the pedal. He's got Mashayeki and Kamrani playing the point guard position together.
On by Chan, a chance for Duncan Reid to get into double figures, maybe. Difficult shot though as the double team came across. And Iran will play out with Kamrani, Mashaiki into Haddadi. They lead 51-20 as he finds a nice pass, and there's another simple 2 points here for Nikal Bahrami, who's had a scoring burst at the start of the second half and now moves into double figures.
Haddadi with only 2 points, but that's his second assist of the game. You know, we made mention of Mashieki and Kamrani playing together. They're 2-point guards. They alternate at that position, and there's the outside bomb from Chan.
Chan able to hit, having missed his first 4 shots in the game.
And that's the first 3-pointer scored by Hong Kong in this game. Bodes well for what may come here in the second half.
Having missed their first 5, Kamrani going to try and answer back with 3 for Iran, short, and here come Hong Kong on the fast break now, and it should be a simple 2, and it is for Lee Ki. 5 quick-fire points for them. Kamrani, Mashaiki fires it into Haddadi, back out to Mashaiki for 3. And the rebound grabbed by Cheng, and an opportunity for Hong Kong to come and look to continue their run here. Wong looking to drive between the two, throws it up and gets it to drop with a chance at a 3-point play from the foul of Mashaiki.
And what a burst here for Hong Kong. This is a 7-0 binge, and throwing it up off the glass. To think that in the second quarter, Hong Kong scored only 4 points. Now they've got 7 here in this quarter alone. We've barely just started.
Can't add an 8th, though, to that run. They have made it a 26-point game. Kamrani, the 3 for Iran short. Another miss for them after a positive start to the third. Now it's Hong Kong on the run.
And the crowd getting into it. Here's a wide open shot.
Reid can't hit. Haddadi grabs the rebound.
Haddadi not going back down on offense. They want him to set up. I think it's important they establish the inside game.
Kamrani to shoot the 3. Another miss from the outside for them. Nikal Bahrami with the offensive board, though. They'll try another 3, and it's short again. Another offensive rebound, though. Hong Kong just struggling to take care of their own glass here as it's moved around to Nikal Bahrami. And a foul.
And last 2 possessions of Iran. They're taking shots from the outside. Shots are not falling. Haddadi is on the floor. You want him to post up. You want him to establish his presence in the interior.
Gives it back to Kamrani, over to the far side, Nickel Bahrami. It's another three, it's short again. A foul underneath on Duncan Reid.
They're trying to get inside position. Ehdadi in position actually for the offensive board. That would have been an easy putback for him if he had possession.
6 threes in a row missed by Iran. They're 6 of 25 from downtown in the game. They'll try again from the outside with Davapana, make it 7 misses in a row. Chan moves it forward now to Now Young, able to force it towards Duncan Reid, knocked away, and the last touch was off Duncan Reid.
Jamshidi coming in. He's been very consistent from three-point distance, and that's what they need now. Good outside shooting. Jamshidi was 1 out of 2 from 3 points in the first half. Scored 9 points in total.
He hit a long 2 that was very close to a 3 as well, as Haddadi puts it in. Doubles his tally for the game to 4. Now Young, Wong. Duncan Reid catches the ball in the high post, moves it on. Prodding and probing here, Hong Kong trying to find an open shot. Lee Ki gets one from the outside and puts it in. So back-to-back 3-pointers, having missed their first 4 in a row.
Well, he's the top gunner of Hong Kong, and it's showing us why.
There's a foul before the shot on Wong. Hong Kong have reduced it from a 30-plus point game down to a 25-point game.
Yak Charlie checking in for Mashayeki. And the big boy Zeto checking in for Hong Kong in place of Wong.
4 points in the whole of the second quarter for Hong Kong. 10 already here in 4 minutes of the third.
And Tim, very quick adjustments on the part of Hong Kong. They saw that Haddadi scoring from the inside, so they bring in a big man to help out Duncan Reid in defending the shaded area.
Kamrani Yak Charlie moved on to Jamshidi, shoots the 3 again, and that consistency from the outside from him continues. 12 points now for Jamshidi, the game's leading scorer. And it ends a run of 7 misses in a row from the outside for Iran. Now Young, 5 left to shoot. Lee Ki gets the shot blocked by Jamshidi, gets it back again and puts it up and puts it in. Hong Kong in high gear with Lee Ki.
That's an instinctive shot coming from Lee Ki. And boy, is he on fire now in the third period.
He has 12 points as well. Nickel Bahrami trying to find Kamrani. Duncan Reid almost picking it off. Last touch though off the Hong Kong player.
Substitution, Team Iran. Iran Timeout. Team Iran.
Timeout called just over the midway point of the third quarter. Iran leading by 25, 58 to 33 over Hong Kong. Two players in double figures for Iran so far after they call the timeout here. 12 for Jamshidi. He's hit 2 of 3 from downtown, 5 of 6 from the field altogether. They've got 10 from Nickel Bahrami and a couple of players on 8 in Davapana and Sahakian. Hong Kong led by the 12 points of Lee Ki. Duncan Reid with 8. And finally, in terms of scoring, he's got some help.
Well, what a comeback here for Hong Kong. After scoring just 4 points in the second period, now they're getting, as you said, support for Duncan Reid. The outside shooting has returned for Hong Kong. Now, new player on the floor for Iran is Hassanzadeh is back. And Haddadi is sitting down. Haddadi with 8 rebounds so far, but has not been a factor offensively.
Yak Charlie hitting the 3 off the timeout. Lee Ki looking to continue his scoring burst here, stopped by his opposite number, Kamrani. Now Young over to the far side. Chong looking to drive in. Wong then driving and missing the shot, gets it back, trying to walk the tightrope on the baseline, but steps on the line.
I ran out of real estate that time, but a good effort on the part of Hong Kong. Now Duncan Reed not on the floor. Let's see how Hong Kong is able to adjust its offense without the big man.
Jamshidi moved on around the perimeter. Nikhil Barami, that's a 3 for him. 3 of 6 from the outside for Nikhil Barami and 13 points to lead all scorers in the game. And travel. So the Iranian timeout seems to have swung the momentum back in their favor now.
Hassanzadeh playing with 3 personal fouls, looking to post up.
And Yak Charlie has 2 threes in a row, and Iran have hit 3 in a row, and they have burst away again. And Hong Kong are going to be forced to call timeout. After 4 points in the second quarter, 13 points in the first 5 minutes of the second half, but now scoreless in the last minute and a half. And Iran have hit 3 in a row from downtown to extend the lead to as many now as 34.
Hong Kong coach, you see him on your screens, On Hing King, probably wants to adjust his defense. They've been sticking to that zone defense, and now Iran has been able to pop those shots from the outside. 3 in a row from long distance. And you wonder, will they stay with the zone defense or will they extend the defense towards the perimeter? If that happens, Hassanzadeh is there inside, and he certainly will get the touches. Take a look at that play right there. Hassanzadeh looking for the pass at the post, didn't get it, but the outside shot was there for Iran.
Nikhil Barami hit that one. Yak Charlie has back-to-back threes himself for 6 points. Nikhil Barami now leading scorer in the game with 13.
And he's looking more and more comfortable taking that outside shot. Every game there's been a progression and the improvement in Barami's outside game.
34-point Iran lead as we come back from the timeout. 3.5 remaining in the third quarter. Lee Key finds Reed back in the game. Spin move, trying to get away from Hassanzadeh. Can't hit though. Able to grab his own rebound. Out to the corner. Lee Key for another 3. Puts it in. Nothing but net from the corner for him.
Well,
and now 15 points.
And if you're Iran, you need to close out. You need to recognize who's the hot man on the Hong Kong side. And certainly, Lee Key is piling up the points.
3 of 4 from three-point range as Kamrani drives in over to the far side to Jamshidi, who's hit a few. Can't answer back with one for Iran here. Lee Key able to come away with it. And now Chan, he's going to try the 3. Back-to-back threes for Hong Kong. It's becoming a 3-point shooting clinic here in Changsha.
0 out of 5 from 3-point territory. That was Hong Kong's performance in the first half. What a turnaround here, Tim.
They've hit 5 of their last 6. Iran going to go for another one. Off the mark, Nikhil Barami. Here they come in transition again with Lin. Crowd getting into it again as Reed banks it in. Double digits now for Duncan Reed, and they have reduced the deficit from 30 plus down to 26.
Well, here in this quarter, we're seeing the game plan of Hong Kong in action. We said that before the game. They wanted to turn this into an outside shooting game. And here in the third period, they're getting the jump on Iran from the outside.
Second foul on Wong, and Nikhil Barami is going to go to the line for 2. It's been a fascinating quarter. We've had a burst from Iran, a response from Hong Kong, another burst from Iran, another response from Hong Kong. And the last 2 bursts, one for either team, have come off the back of their team's timeout.
Good effort on the part of Nikhil Barami here in this period. He has 10 of his 15 points in this quarter alone.
Chan, final 2 minutes of the third. Trying to get away from Yak Charlie, finds a route towards the rim, can't get it to go high off the glass though. Jamshidi to Yak Charlie. Sahakian asking for the ball, gets it now. Shaiki. Hassanzadeh wanting the ball inside, still yet to score in the game. It goes to him now as he tries to force it in. He'll get a chance to break his drought from the foul line.
Good ball movement that time by Iran, finding the open man. Hassanzadeh, watch it right here. Actually, almost a botch play, but the extra pass coming from Rashidi down the baseline.
Team Iran number 9, Mohammad Hassanzadeh, shooting free throw.
He's only taken one shot from the field, Hassanzadeh. He gets his first trip to the foul line and can't hit the first. This is a player who averaged double figures and actually averaged a double-double in the first round. 19.7 points and 10.3 rebounds, shot 69% from the floor. He misses both from the line.
But you have to be impressed with his form. What a nice wrist action on his stroke, but not getting the ball to drop.
Shu driving under the rim. They recover it here with Lin, still 10 to work with. Shot clock down to 5 now, they have to hurry it a little more. Struggling to create an open look as they put it up at the end of the shot clock and it's off the mark. Final minute of the third quarter. They back off Jamshidi. He can't hit from the outside, but they get an offensive board.
Iran trying a pick and roll situation that time. Hassanzadeh actually had the mismatch going strong to the hole.
Yeah, Charlie, Sahakian. Jamshidi's going to try again for 3, and this time puts it in right at the end of the shot clock. Final seconds of the third with Chan. Shu. Back to Duncan Reed, 5 left to shoot, spins towards the hoop. Nice move, but he couldn't hit the layup. Foul on Sahakian here, I think. No, it's on Lin. It's the other way. I beg your pardon, it's his 4th as well.
Now, big adjustment in the foul management of Iran. We saw it in the first half, both in the first and second quarters. Iran was first in the penalty situation, but now Hong Kong in the penalty and Iran has given up only 1 foul.
Sahakian at the line gets to double figures and now closing in on a double-double, 8 rebounds as well. They put it up right to the end and put it in. Chan Xiu Wing able to hit at the buzzer with just 1.5 left on the game clock in the third quarter to get all the way down court. It's a highlight reel play from Hong Kong. A silver lining for them at the end of a really entertaining third quarter. They're down by 30. Iran 74, Hong Kong 44 at the end of 3. Iran now with 2 players on 15, Jamshidi and Nika Barami. And they've got 3 in double figures with Sahakian having 10 as well. There we look at the shooting percentages over the first 3 quarters.
For Hong Kong, knocking down 6 3-pointers in that period as against none in the entire first half. But Iran still showing the way in the rebounding department. 15-5 advantage in the offensive boards. Turnovers now Hong Kong with 12, and the steals Iran. And can you believe in the third period, Hong Kong scoring 24 points. In 1 quarter, they've outscored what they did in the entire first half, where they only scored 20 points.
And 24 points after scoring just 4 in the second quarter. And Lee Ki, a huge part of that, 15 points for him after not really helping in the first half too much. They were relying on Duncan Reed, but Lee Ki stepped up 4 of 6 from the field, including 3 of 4 from downtown for 15 points. But Iran have had their big scorers too.
Iran as well, going to the outside. And it was a shooting contest that we saw in the third period. Jamshidi hitting it from the outside, matching Lee Ki shot for shot.
And there was play at the end.
A wonderful play. And also the recognition, Tim, of how much time was left on the clock. And Chan getting that opening and letting it fly.
Iran 74, Hong Kong 44 at the start of the fourth. Chan, after that buzzer-beating three-pointer, is 3 of 3 from downtown, but 0 of 6 inside. Has 11 points in the game. Lee Ki finding Chan here. He's looking to drive inside. Make it 0 of 7 from two-point range. Duncan Reid with the offensive board and puts it in. He now has 12.
Token defense by Hassanzadeh. He's got 3 personal fouls. He can actually afford 2 more.
Masha Iki's going to slow it down. Iran will take their time with this offense as they move it across to Sahakian. Now they quicken it up with Jamshidi, who flips it in.
Ball movement against a 2-3 zone defense. Iran initially tried a pick and roll. Didn't work, and they went to the ball movement instead.
7 of 10 from the field, Jamshidi for 17 points. Lead back to 30.
There's a switch and a pick and roll, and a switch back.
Lee Ki picked off by Hassanzadeh, back to Lee Ki. They're down to the final few seconds of the shot clock, and Lee Ki gets it to go again. Another Hong Kong highlight reel play, and he has 18.
And what a stroke. Falling down, going sideways, but still managing to get the shot off.
And he's 4 of 5 from downtown. Iran going to drive inside, back out to the outside to Jamshidi, who shot the ball well and continues to do so. He has 20 in the game. A big response for Iran. Hong Kong have made their last 5 three-pointers in a row, including 2 of them really off balance, and 1 right at the end of the third quarter at the buzzer, 1 right at the end of the shot clock on the last possession. Duncan Reid a little short with the mid-ranger. It's still going to be Hong Kong ball.
And you watch it right here. Here's that off-balance shot taken by Lee Ki. Nothing but net. Big man Cardouz is now back on the floor, and he's combining with Hassanzadeh. 2 big men now on the floor for Iran.
Here's Lee Ki again. Duncan Reid over to Chan. Can he make it 4 of 4 from the outside? He can. Chan exploding from three-point range. And it goes towards Cardouz. The pass beat the defense, and he was left with a simple finish. And the three-point shooting of Hong Kong has kept it interesting here as they try to find Lee Ki on the outside again. It's picked off. Here come Iran. And able to go all the way was Masha Iki.
And he provides a lot of pace to Iran's attack. The speedster in the backcourt, Masha Iki.
Reid, Lee Ki fakes the 3, then does put it up. And misses for only the 2nd time from the outside in the game. Masha Iki throwing it up towards Cardouz. It was a high pass. Cardouz wasn't expecting it anyway. And a turnover and a shake of the head from Syed Masha Iki.
Well, Coach Dirk Barman inserting 2 big men on the floor. And that's really to solve the pick and roll offense of Hong Kong. Once Duncan Reid has possession on the switch, rather than being matched up against a smaller man, he would have, Dirk Barman would have another option of a big man crossing over and stopping Duncan Reid on the roll. Duncan Reid, however, is now taking a seat on the bench.
Masha Iki called for his first personal.
Watch it right there. Chan with the behind the back dribble, getting the foul.
That one from way outside missed by Lee Ki. A couple of misses in a row for him. And the hot hand has cooled as Iran come down court and get it to go with Davari.
Making it look so easy on the break.
Lead is 33 now as they move it around to Leung. Lee Ki is going to continue to shoot the three, that one onto the top of the backboard. Iran coming with Masha Iki again, is fouled by Chan. Third on Chan.
Lee Ki being given a rest here by Hong Kong. He's been missing actually. So you can sense that he's a little bit fagged out from what he's done here in the second half.
Went on a burst from three-point range, 4 of 5 at one point. He's missed his last 3. Davari's not missing that one though. And Iran are bursting away again. That's his second from downtown. Chan. Chong. Knocked away by Jamshidi. Still Hong Kong ball, 7 left to shoot. Still Hong Kong possession. Shot clock down to 6 now as we approach the midway point of the 4th quarter.
Opportunity for coach Dirk Barman to use his reserves on the floor. Kamrani sitting down, Ehadadi sitting down, Barami sitting down.
Contested shot right at the end of the shot clock. Nowhere near the basket. Davari waits for the cavalry to arrive. Hassan Zada got to the basket. And will get a chance from the foul line to finally get going. He's got there once before tonight, missed both of his attempts.
Not a single field goal conversion, however, for Hassan Zada in this game.
He's just 0 of 1 from the field, been fouled on a couple more attempts.
It's actually been a struggle for the bigs of Iran. Kardous with only 4 points, Ehadadi with only 4 points, and Hassan Zadeh with none. Sahakian actually didn't get too much playing time here in the second half. Big guy, all-purpose power forward of Iran. That's the first point of Hassan Zadeh.
So missed his 1 field goal attempt and his first 2 foul shots, and then hits that one. And just 1 of 4 from the line, but Kardous grabs the offensive board, and then again gets it to go finally. The lead for Iran is steadily creeping up to around the 40-point mark. And that Hong Kong 3-point shooting has dried up now. That was keeping it interesting towards the start of the 4th quarter. Here's Hassan Zada. Back to Davari. He's going to try one from the outside, and he's going to put it in.
And now so many options unraveled by coach Dirk Barman from the outside. All of those gunners will have their opportunity to score in the games ahead here in the second round. The competition is only going to get tougher.
Chong diving in, back to Chan on the perimeter. Quick crossover from him. Zeto. Well handled by Shu. It was fired in towards him, but he loses out as he finds Hassan Zada with the pass, and they come down court, and the foul is on Chong.
Oh, they call him unsportsmanlike. So it'll be 2 free throws and possession here for Iran. Take a look at that outlet pass thrown by Hassan Zadeh. And then the hold, no attempt to play the ball, and Chen called for the unsportsmanlike.
So the Iran lead has grown to beyond 40. And we've got a timeout here in the 4th with 4 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Iran leading 94-52. Led by the 20 points of Jamshidi, 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from downtown. They have another 3 players in double figures, 15 for Nikal Balrami. As we look at the Hong Kong top scorers, led by 18 for Lee Ki, 14 for Chan. Those 2 lighting it up at one stage from downtown, but that outside shooting has dried up now, and with it, the Iran lead has grown and grown.
Well, you saw earlier that shot by Lee Ki, and another shot from the baseline, deep corner pocket, off-balance shot by Lee Ki, certainly showing that he's got the stroke. And then the fast break attack, Lee Ki once more on the consummation. And more Lee Ki highlights, once more from 3-point distance, total of 18 points in this game so far. And after this one, Iran will go on to play the Philippines tomorrow, and then finally Palestine to end the second round. And for Hong Kong, it'll be India next and Japan to end its second round action. The 2 free throws on the unsportsmanlike foul, and then possession for Iran.
Iran closing in on the century mark here in this one. And the lead has grown to 44. Jamshidi. Davari. Hassanzadeh making his way in towards the paint. Davari finds Hassanzadeh with the pass, and he scores his first field goal of the game.
That time Hong Kong going to a man-to-man defense, and Iran finding it much easier to put the ball in the hands of the big man.
And just an outline of the strength of depth of Iran, the bench scoring 60-3 in this game. 5 left to shoot here as Wong puts it up, can't hit. And a chance now for Iran to hit the century mark. Jamshidi fires it into Cardoust, and a chance at a 3-point play to get above a century. The leading scorers in the competition are at it again.
Cardoust breaking out into a big smile. You watch it here. Again, we saw the change in the defense of Hong Kong. When they're going one-on-one, they're going man-to-man. Iran is going to go to the big man. Who can stop Cardoust if you're not doubling? Duncan Reed back on the floor here with 12 points and 2 fouls.
They had to rely heavily on Duncan Reed in the first half. And he's only 6 of 18 from the field for his 12 points. It's become more and more of a struggle for Hong Kong the longer it's gone on. The 3-point play completed by Cardoust. He now has 9. We've got just over 3 minutes to play. Lee Kee is going to try another from the outside, and after hitting 4 of his first 5, he's now missed 4 in a row. Hassanzadeh waiting for a cut towards the basket. Fortuitously comes for Cardoust, who's going to look to reach double figures, denied by Reed.
Back to a 2-3 zone defense that time for Hong Kong. They've had relatively good success with that 2-3 zone defense in stopping the bigs of Iran from getting position. You watch it right there. Not able to hit the shot off that zone defense. Iran, however, has been able to hit a lot of outside shots against that zone defense.
Hassanzadeh draws the contact, I beg your pardon, and a trip back to the line again.
And then the speed game of Iran against that zone, making it difficult for the zone to set up and making it easier for the big man to get inside position and go for the hoop.
Iran about to go 4-0 in the tournament, 3-0 in the second round. And this would bring with it a place in the quarterfinals, but they will want to finish top of their second round group.
Well, I thought in this game, Iran was tested a little bit by Hong Kong, especially in the fourth period. Iran was up by 8 points at the end of the first 10 minutes. And then their defense took over, holding Hong Kong down to just 4 points in the second quarter, breaking it open.
Chong driving towards the hoop, can't get it to go off the glass, and Cardoust comes away with it. Jamshidi trying to turn, held up momentarily by Lau. Yak Charlie. Jamshidi, game's leading scorer with 22, looking to find the pass this time to Cardoust, and he can't get the roll. Where do you see this group now for Hong Kong? Is this it for them, 0-3? They'd need to win their final 2 games to have any chance of making the quarterfinals.
That's right, and it'll be against India and Japan. Oh, Duncan Reed, nice maneuver inside.
He's taken 19 shots in the game now, Duncan Reed. Hit 7 of them for 14 points. Passing towards Cardoust, he wasn't expecting it.
Substitution, Iran, 1-1 win.
Jamshidi not happy with the pass that he himself made. You don't pass to someone whose back is turned to you. 103 points scored for Iran so far. Last time out, they scored 122 against Malaysia.
That one's a long two. No good. And here comes Masha Iki on the charge. Feeds it through. Lovely play. And Hassan Zada will put it in. It's 59 points in the second half for Iran now. And here they come again, down court quickly. There's the trail and there's the finish from Hassan Zada. Back-to-back fast break baskets. Incisive Iran in full flow again. And Hassan Zada has quickly crept up to 9 points. Final minute of the game. Chong driving in, got a passage to the hoop, rejected by Kudus.
Oh, they call goaltending. The shot will count for Hong Kong.
Kudus upset with the call, even at this stage, even with this lead. Masha Iki finding the pass. That's the way to respond with a big jam. The reigning champions on a roll. And Kudus into double figures. Final 30 seconds. Pass to Reed, back over to the perimeter. A miss from the outside, grabbed by Masha Iki. Behind the back pass from Davapana, trying to bring his teammate into play. They get a steal right at the end. Relentless Iran continuing right until the final buzzer again.
They're playing tough defense. They're playing high-octane offense. And this is the way to end the game. You want to build momentum for Iran's next game against the Philippines tomorrow. And for Hong Kong, they gave it their best. Great effort, especially in the first quarter. They tried to turn it into an outside shooting game, but actually they were outfought in that game. Iran pouring in the points from the outside against that zone defense. Hong Kong, no answer in closing out.
Iran with 5 players in double figures, led by the 22 points of Jamshidi, 8 of 11 from the field. And they win this one by a huge margin, 111 to 56 over Hong Kong.
Haddadi with a quiet game in this one, 4 points. Bigs of Iran really didn't get going until the middle part of the fourth quarter, when Hong Kong's defense started to falter a little bit. And that's the final count.
Final score we've got is actually 111 to 56 in favor of Iran after 46 points in the first half, 65 points in the second half. They got better and better the longer the game went on.
What a burst from the outside. Well, Iran showing that they've got the weapons both inside and outside. They didn't get too much offense from the inside that time, but it's a matter of taking what the defense gives you. Hong Kong's defense giving up a lot of three-point shots, and Iran knocking down 14 triples against Hong Kong's 3. 71% shooting for Iran from 2-point distance. Rebounding story, big difference. And in turnovers, Iran 13, but Hong Kong 17. Iran with 12 steals.
There's the game's leaders. Jamshidi with that big 22-point game. Lee had 18 for Hong Kong, was 4 of 5 from downtown at one point, but missed his last 4 in a row.
Well, assist 6 coming from Duncan Reed. So Duncan Reed finding the passing game as well as going for the scores and the rebounds. Rebounding leaders. Sahakian with 8, Haddadi with 8 rebounds, going with his 4 points. Not too many minutes for Haddadi in this one. So he's actually gotten 3 days of rest. Didn't play against Malaysia, then it was a rest day yesterday. And in this particular game, not too much action from Haddadi.
Haddadi 4 points in 18 minutes, 2 of 3 from the field. Did grab 8 rebounds in those 18 minutes on court. The 5 in double figures for Iran, the 22 for Jamshidi, the 15 of Nikal Balrami, who was 5 of 10 from the field. The 11 of Kardust in the end, who got going the longer it went on. Those 11 points coming in just 11 minutes on court. 10 for Sahakian and 11 also for Davari. And Hong Kong with a couple of big scorers denied that time by Sahakian. They had 18 from Lee Ki, 14 apiece from Chan and from Reed. Kamrani playing just 16 minutes in the game as well. Around with so many weapons, we've witnessed again the strength and depth of their roster.
And Hong Kong had some shiny moments with Lee Ki puncturing the hole. 18 points for him, quite a number of three-point buckets. Especially that off-balance shot, corner pocket three-point, falling inside for Lee Ki. And then the big man, Kardust, missing against that zone defense and Duncan Reed's defense. Fast break attack in full gear here for Iran.
The bigs for Iran getting going the longer the game went on, with Kardust finishing in double figures. 9 in the end for Hassan Zada, who hadn't scored for pretty much all of the first 3 quarters. And the final score here, Iran continue undefeated, 111 to 56.